going to be going over what would happen if Senator Ossoff of Georgia ran against J.D. Vance, the current Vice President of the United States. We'll start out in Nevada and then move eastward. In Nevada, I'm going to put this one into Ossoff's column. I think Ossoff would be a pretty strong nominee. He's proven that he can win in a state like Georgia, which is definitely going to be a state both parties are interested in winning. We'll get to Georgia later, but I think because he would do well in that swing state, it would be a telling vote that he would do well in other swing states as well. I think Nevada will be one of the easier states for Democrats to win back. They did lose it in 2024, but I think that the trends that helped Republicans in Nevada in 2024, many of them have largely been reversed as we've seen Trump's popularity generally go down, but that's going to be the call there in the state of Nevada. Arizona, I'm on the fence about. I think it really could go either way. For now, if I had to call it, I just think with the national environment really favoring Democrats, going to put that into the tilt blue column. But I think that Vance definitely stands a chance to win that state. Should note that according to the betting markets, the presidency is looking like it has about a 57% chance of going into the Democratic Party's column for 2028. We're still quite a ways out. This is just a fun little hypothetical. But now we're going to move on to the next swing. In this case, it's going to be a swing district. We have the district in the Omaha part of Nebraska. In the eastern, it's basically just 2 or 3 counties that mainly encompasses the Omaha area. And I think that this one will most likely vote blue by a lean margin. This district even went blue in 2024. And as I briefly mentioned earlier, definitely not a good year for Democrats. So I think that that's going to be the call there in the state or in the district in the Omaha area. Now moving on to Georgia, hinted at the state earlier. I do think that Ossoff would be able to win Georgia by a pretty decent margin. He is looking like he'll win his Senate race this November by a fairly successful, decent margin, and I think that if he can do that, I do think the presidency would be a bit of a different ballgame, but for now, I'm going to put the state of Georgia into Ossoff's column. North Carolina, I'm on the fence about. Part of it borders Georgia, so I think that could be to Ossoff's advantage. I think the state will most likely vote blue on the Senate level in 2026 this November, but I think for the presidency with these two candidates, I think Vance would be a good enough of a candidate to win the state of North Carolina. The state hasn't gone blue on the presidential level since 2008, and I would argue Democrats aren't quite there in terms of 2008 level election turnout, as well as support for the Democratic Party, so I think that that will be the reason why North Carolina remains in the Republican Party's column. That's going to be the first swing state for Vance, bringing Ossoff and Vance to 259 to 235. Moving on now to the state of Wisconsin. Going to put that into the tilt blue column. The state was, if I remember correctly, the closest in 2024, so I think that it will largely reverse trend and end up voting for a Democrat this time around in this little hypothetical. And I think if that state is going blue, generally I think the other two Rust Belt states, the 3 Rust Belt states in total, would probably end up tilting blue as well. That's going to be the final call, 303 to 235, with Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff winning by a pretty comfortable margin. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.